Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is one of the realest, honest, reflective ones. I want to talk about something that I've wrestled with for a long time. And as you can see in the title below, why broken people are always drawn to me. So for the longest time, I didn't understand it. I would ask God, why do I keep attracting people who are hurting, unstable, inconsistent, or emotionally unavailable? Why does it feel like people only come to me when they need healing, help, or hope, but leave when they're better? You know, it used to feel so much like a curse, but God has been helping me to see it's not a curse, it's a calling. I'm a healer. So at first, I took it personally. I thought something was wrong with me. I thought maybe I was too nice, too open, too easy to talk to. I thought maybe I had no boundaries, but the truth is, God was showing me something deeper. He was showing me that He made me to be a vessel, not a fixer, not a savior, but a vessel that He can use to reach people who are lost, broken, and in pain. And once I stop seeing these people as attachments and start seeing them as assignment, things change. Let's go to Luke 4, verses 18 to 19, where Jesus said, "The Spirit of the Lord is up on me because He has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He has sent me to build up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to captives and recovery of sight to the blind, and to set liberty those who are oppressed, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor." The same Spirit that was on Jesus, He places on us when we say we are being used. He just doesn't call pastors and preachers. He calls healers. He calls comforters. He calls listeners. He calls those who carry oil of healing. And sometimes it comes in the form of your presence, your words, or even just your prayer. I used to think I was being used, and sometimes I was, but there's a difference being used by people and being used by God. When we don't understand our purpose, we take everything personally, and I used to do that. I used to take everything personally, but God has been revealing to me, God has been revealing to me that when you walk in your purpose, you stop asking why me. And once you realize that that's your purpose, you start asking God, how do you want to use me in this? Romans 12 talk about spiritual gifts. It says, if we have different gifts according to the grace given to each of us, if your gift is to encourage, then give encouragement. If it is to show mercy, do it cheerfully. Some of us are just graced to love deeper, to care harder, to empathize when others are indifferent. But that doesn't mean you were created to be a doormat. It doesn't mean you were created to pour, but with wisdom. It means you were created to pour, but with wisdom, right? So we also have to use wisdom. We have to use discernment. It's not everyone we have to pour into, and we have to know how to pour. We cannot leave ourselves empty, because if we're empty, how are we going to pour into someone else, right? So even in that, we do have to have boundaries. And in Proverbs 4 verse 23, it says, even as a healer, God reminds us, above all things, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. So everything we do flows from our heart. So being a healer doesn't mean you let everyone in. It means you ask God, is this person my assignment or my distraction? Because not everyone is sent by God. Some are sent by the enemy to drain your oil, and if you're not careful, your oil will turn into a burden. You have to be very, very careful. But there's the beautiful part. God never wastes pain. In 2 Corinthians 1 verse 3 to 4 says, "Praise be to God who comfort us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God." And this is why sometimes people who are healers, who God uses, because we can't do it of our own strength. We cannot do that. We're incapable of doing that. God uses us, and we have to be careful. And this is why, like, sometimes we go through so much things. That's why so we can understand that when we meet someone who's been through the same thing, we understand, we can empathize with them, we can have more compassion. And so definitely I'm learning that as a person who is a healer, like, I am going to go through things. Things are going to hurt me. But it's just a part of the journey. And as I'm learning now, and I it's just like I look at things from a different perspective. And so now when I'm going through things, I'm like, okay, God, all right, I know that this is going to help someone later. You've been through what you've been through for a reason. The heartbreak, because God knows there are people who's going to go through heartbreak. The betrayal, same thing. The loneliness, it gave you the oil, it gave you the compassion, it gave you the discernment to know when someone's crying out for help, even when they're silent. And again, this is why God allow you to go through certain things, right? Because a lot of times, like, when we see people going through things, yeah, we might sympathize with them, but we don't really understand what they're feeling, or how they feel, because we've never experienced it. And so I feel like that's why, well, I know for a fact that's why God allows us to go through these things. So when we see people going through it, we can really have compassion and empathize with them, right? So no, don't get angry when broken people are I don't get angry when broken people are drawn to me. I get discerning, I get prayerful. I ask God, what would you do? Right? And how long am I meant to do it? So, because not every assignment is meant to last forever. And I say this to anyone watching who feels the same way I used to feel: drained, confused, maybe resentful. You're not crazy. You're not weak. You're chosen. You carry something that this world is desperate for. So protect it, guard it, use it, but never bury it. If this spoke to you, let me know in the comments. Are you a healer too? Do you feel like broken people are always drawn to you? Let's talk about it. Let's build each other. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. I love you guys. And remember, your gift is powerful because God is powerful. Okay? Until next time, stay whole, stay wise, and stay aligned. I love you guys. Your girl, Jan Jan.